Hi, it's Sunny Chapman, owner of The Salty Olive and creator of the Feast or Famine No More course. And I'm here for another episode of IGTV. And today I want to talk about worth, self-worth. People are always like, Sunny, what's the deal with all this talk about self-worth and self-love? And don't you own a branding and design firm? And don't you do business and money mindset? I just want to learn how to make more money. And I just want to know what marketing approach to take. And I just want to have some clarity on which direction I'm going. And I just want to, all these things, right? I just want answers for these things. And I'm like, worth. saltyolivedesign.com/worth. Download the guide, start there. This is why I talk about worth. This is why I always talk about worth, because not only is it my biggest calling, it's my biggest why. It's the hugest thing, but it is the foundational element for any business success. When you are starting out and you are building a business, when you are 20 years in, you are building a business, you are growing a business, you are evolving a business, whatever business that is, whatever creative pursuit that is, whatever you're trying to sell, even if you're an artist and you're trying to sell your art, whatever it is, however you're trying to make your way in the world and make money and create a life on your terms, it all comes down to worth, self-worth. Because otherwise, you will employ all manner of tactics. You will get a new website, you will get new branding, you will launch that, you will do marketing campaigns, you will hire a huge company, you will decide, you have absolute clarity on the direction you want to go, you will do all the things. And you will sabotage yourself. Excuse my cat. You will sabotage yourself. Not because you hate yourself. Not because of that. Not because your mind is trying to hurt you. But because your mind is trying to keep you safe from what you don't really feel you deserve. So when you start getting the results that you want, even just a little, you will start freaking out a little. And you will backtrack. And I know this from experience, from 20 years experience, doing it myself and watching other business owners do it. We get in our anxiety. We say we want the thing, and as soon as the thing starts happening just a little, we get really freaked out. We get really freaked out because we do not want to allow in. And we do it in such sneaky subconscious ways that you can hardly see happening. But they happen. And before you know it, you're like, oh, that's what was going on there. So it's that is the foundational element. Say hi, Olive. Hi, Olive. The foundational element for anything that you are going to do in your business is to work first on yourself and your feelings of worthiness. And you might be saying to yourself, oh, I know that, I know this, I've been doing personal development work for so long. I was so that person. I've been doing this for so long. I know it all, I've heard it all. I've seen all the memes and I've read all the books and I've done therapy and all these things. All those things, you've integrated those things and they're wonderful. You have them with you, but there is a huge difference between how we get things cerebrally in our head and when they're in your body. When they're rooted down into your body, when they're fully integrated into your being. And that's why in my Feast or Famine course, I cover things that have nothing to do with money. And people are like, why? Because when I cover those areas, body and business and pleasure and confidence and the whole host of other things that I cover, it's because it's helping you take these concepts that you're thinking about and seeing and speaking and reading and bring them down into your body and start getting really different results. And I want you to have those really different results, but you don't really start to have them until you embody these concepts down into your body. And that takes a journey, because there is this worthiness piece, like I said, and we kind of block ourselves from integrating those down. We just keep them at this cerebral level, this level up here, because it's more, it's comfortable. We don't have to really feel into that. We don't have to really feel our worth and really face some of the ugly stuff that comes up when we step into that worth. The backlash when you own your power and your worth and your self-esteem. The names you might be called, the looks you might be given, the eye rolls, the undercutting passive-aggressive comments from friends and loved ones or whoever, or strangers. It's all there, and it's not because we need to control others or control the world or control what they think, but we do need to bring it down into a place where we can really stand in ourselves through that, so that we can let in all the good stuff we're really wanting. So that is why I talk about worth instead of talking about branding and design, and instead of talking about a million other things, instead of talking about tactics and marketing tactics and which platforms you should be on, and instead of talking about those things, I talk about worth. Because when you get into your worth and you really do that work and invest in yourself and do that work for real, all of those things will become obvious. They'll become so easy. They'll become much more of a no-brainer, because you're gonna trust yourself. You're gonna trust yourself so much more, and you're gonna listen to yourself, and you're gonna go, that's not right for me. That feels right, let's do that. And you're gonna know that if that doesn't end up being the right way, you're gonna be fine, and you're gonna keep going, and you're gonna win in the next direction, right? So that's why I am always preaching about that. I'm always coming back to that. I'm always coming back to that self-worth piece, because you cannot skip over it. It is the most important piece of business work you're ever gonna do. Because no matter what level you rise to, like multi-million-dollar companies or billion-dollar companies, you are going to have to stand in your worth and stand up to people and set boundaries and stand for what you believe in and a whole host of other things, right? And you can just do this on the smallest, tiniest scale. You don't have to just like do it all at once. You can just take one step into it, just one step. And then the next step, and then the next step. That's what I've done. And that's never ending. It's a never ending journey, but it just gets easier. It gets easier, and you start to be in your body more, and you start to own your worth more, and you start to charge what you want to charge more, and you start to let yourself receive that instead of immediately getting it out of your life somehow, which we do. So that's why I talk about worth, in case you were wondering. And if you would like to start working on your worth, I highly suggest that you go to saltyolivedesign.com/worth and download my guide, and just start there and see if my Feast or Famine course is right for you or not. I am not opening a live round right now, but I will be, I think, in the fall. So you'll want to be on my list to find out about that when I do announce the next live round, or you can always just jump in self-study anytime. All right, see you next week. Bye.